everyone, it's Amy, and I'm here to work on my mixed media morsels, number 8, which is houses. And so I'm going to follow Kat's process just the way that she did it, and see how we come along. This is just some watered down PVA glue, and I'm just going to use this to decoupage some tissue papers onto my page. And I picked colors that basically go with the grassy bottom and the blue sky. So I just went and picked some greens and some blues, and I have some silver stars here that I'm going to put on top of the blue in the sky. And then it's going to get painted over, so. And the dogs have decided that they're going to play. A little teeny tiny terrier of Papa's is playing with our not so teeny tiny boxer pup. I've got these pretty flowers too that I thought were really pretty. Different flowers on tissue paper. Alright, you guys, come on now. Go lay down. That's not going to work. They're hanging out waiting for Papa to get out of bed this morning, because he gives them a cookie when he gets up. He's not up yet. It's kind of late for him. He's just having a lazy day, I guess. I always have to go check on him when he's having his lazy days, just to make sure everything's okay. And it is, of course. I'll put some blue in the sky. And then when I get this all on here, I got a couple colors of blue. Then I'm going to turn this off and go dry it. And then see if I can put the two videos together, because I'm pretty sure that I will be able to figure that out. So we'll put some stars up here. It's kind of pretty. More this blue over here. I don't like the straight edges, so we tear straight edge anyways. That's better. But yeah, so we've got really cold weather here. I think we're going to get snow again. It had been teasing us and disappeared for a little while. It's been really warm. Although this time of year you really can't complain, because you know it's not going to, even if it comes, it's not going to be here very long. That's the good thing about this time of year. And it's nice that it's been a really mild winter, because our fireplace, wood stove that we usually heat with, we have a furnace too, but it went out this fall. We used it for about a week, and then it broke. And parts are really hard to get, because the company had gone bankrupt, so they just fixed it this week. So I'm really glad that we've had a mild winter. Pee-wee, stop now. Pee-wee is Papa's dog, and she's playing with Lord Oliver, who is our little boxer puppy. Not so little anymore. I think he weighs about 60 pounds now. 6 months old. And a little holy terror, but so cute, you know. Anyway, so I've got that done. Now I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to go and dry this, and then I'll be back for the next part. So hold on. Okay, I'm back. I got this all dried, and I put it in a couple of dictionaries to flatten it out a little bit while we had breakfast and lunch. So, because Papa got up so late for breakfast that he didn't go home till noon. And he has lunch at 1, so I had to wait till after lunch before I did this part. But anyways, in Kahan's video, she just put some blue for the sky and some green for the grass. And so I just got out a couple of different blues. My favorite turquoise. Put a little bit of this in here. And then we'll put the green on the bottom. But, oh, and I also wanted to say, if anybody's noticed lately that I've been subscribed to you for a while and all of a sudden I resubscribe to you, I don't know what YouTube is doing or if anybody else is having this problem, but lately it seems like when I go watch videos of people I have been subscribed to for like a couple of years, all of a sudden when I go watch their videos, the subscribe part will be read like subscribe to them. And it won't say that I am subscribed, so I don't know what's going on there, but that's what's happening if you see that I subscribed to you. I didn't unsubscribe. I just somehow lost you as one of the people I'm subscribed to. So, just wanted to kind of let everybody know that. I don't know what's going on. But, you know, YouTube messes with us like that every so often. Get this spread around a little bit and then put some of the dark on here. Just like, try and get just like one little drop. Spread it around a bit. Just kind of get a bit of a hill up here. Just because I can. There we go. And I'm going to wipe a little bit of this off. I don't want it to be quite that thick because I want to see a little bit of this paper from underneath. Just give it a little bit more interest, a little more texture. Maybe a touch of that dark green up here on the hill. And then I think that might be a little too much. Tone it down a little bit. Now that looks pretty good to me. Okay, so now I'm going to have to dry this. And then we're going to collage a little house on here. So, let me try and cover up my fingerprints here before I do that. So I'm going to try and stop the video now and still be able to come back, hopefully, put them together. Cover this little white spot up right here. And get some clouds up here. Just a little bit more light blue in this area. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Well, I've got it this far and I'm going to dry it really quick and I'll be right back, hopefully. Okay, I'm back again and I've got this all dry. And I grabbed up some pieces of my jelly plate paper. I was using some earlier to make a cover page, an inside cover page for my Mixed Media Morsels book. And so I've had some out. Oh, I think I like this one for the house. And then I need a roof. That's too dark. And that's too light and not big enough. Let's go. Well, I think this might make a nice roof. Now let's see if I can cut the shape of a roof without it being yeah, I'm not really good at cutting shapes. Okay, that, I think I like that color, but I definitely think the roof is a little bit too small, so let's try it again. Let's try and make it a bit wider. Now that's a little too wide. Kind of like watching paint dry, isn't it, guys? Okay, I think I like that. And I think I am just going to stick it right down as I go. Then I can't change my mind, because I'm always changing my mind. Let's put it right about there. There we go. Let's get this roof stuck on there. I think I might have just glued it down. There we go. Okay, so this is actually the first little house like this that I've made. I've watched people make them in their art pages and thought they were really cute. I just never did it. So I'm really glad that this is this week's morsel, because I think it's really cool. So I'm thinking I need a door. I think I like, this one's got little tiny green squares on it. Oh, that's way too tall. Let's try that. And that's still way too tall. I think I have giants living in my little house. Let's try a little bit more. So we're getting snow here now. And it's enough to it's actually starting to cover the deck, so it's sticking. But I think that pretty soon it will all be gone. Yay! That's really exciting. The only thing I like about winter is being able to have the fire. I love to sit in front of the fire. It's just so warm and comforting. I just love the fire. Alright, now we need, I think I want to do a yellow window, because I kind of want it to look like, this one's brighter, I want it to kind of look like it's like shining from inside. Like the lights on and they're just welcoming you home. I was trying to think maybe I wanted to put shutters on it, but the door is in the way. But it doesn't need shutters. If it needs shutters, I can draw some little skinny ones on there. So there we've got the window. And the door. Uh-oh. Okay. And once we get the window and the door on, then we're supposed to what would you call it? Draw around it, but this I don't know what you would call it. Highlight it. so that things stand out a bit. And maybe put some shingles on the roof. And just go around the edges here. Make everything stand back out again now that it's all glued together. So I think what I'll do, I think that maybe I will go ahead and do some of my doodling off camera, and then come back and show you how far I am. Because then we're supposed to put a tree on here. I'm going to need to go get some brown paper because I don't have any brown paper to do a tree. And I know that I have some little tiny birds. I just got a die at a little scrapbooking shop, and they had these teeny tiny birds. And so I want to die cut a few little black. I want to die cut them out of black and put them up in the sky. Just because I can. And I love birds in the sky. So I think I'm going to doodle a little on here, and then I'll come back and I'll cut out my birds and we can put those on and figure out my tree. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back in just a short minute. Hello, I'm back, and going to try and get a little bit more done. I didn't grab some brown paper for the tree, so I'll do that in a while. What I did do was I die cut some little birds to put on here, and these are Gina Marie designs, and there's 3 little birds on this. You can see how big that is on this die. I got it for $1 at a scrapbooking store when I went with my aunt, and I thought that they would be perfect for this. I just got them actually last week. I need to try and straighten this out just a little bit. A bit more. Okay, and then I just used a small hole punch, and I just punched a bunch of little pink dots out of this pink paper, and I am going to, this is just a type of a pokey tool, and I'm just gonna like press these in the center. I've got a little padding underneath here, and I'm just kind of, that just makes them curl up just a little bit, and I'm going to, and it gives them a center dot, because I think I'll draw some little petals on them after I get them on the page, but I'm going to put them in my flower garden here. So I guess I should show you what I've done so far. I just put a chimney on the house and just drew some bricks on there, and the background is just the color it was. I put some little red shingles on the roof. I originally outlined the whole thing in black, but I didn't like it, so I went over top of that in gold, and so I thought that looked really nice. I put a flower box on here, and a little orange flower box with some red flowers, and then I drew the leaves, and I cut out the flowers just out of a red piece of paper, and I'm going to cover those with the little flower petals. I did put a window at the top of the door, and so that's what I did for the house. And I'm going to put some flowers on here, and down the ivy that I put down the side of the house right there, I'm going to put some flowers. And I think I'm going to put a little bird on the edge of the window box, and just kind of go from there up. My glue is getting a little bit thick, which is actually just perfect because I just want a nice little dot, and the thicker it is, the faster it will hold. This is just plain old Elmer's glue in a fine tip bottle. And I just love this for like die cutting. It's just got such a fine little tip there. I love it for die, you know, like when you're doing really intricate die cuts. It works really well. And for something like this, where these are just going to be these little tiny circles, it works really well for that too. This is just a wax pencil. I'm going to grab those ones that I already indented. Offset these a little bit. Mr. Oliver thinks that he wants to go outside, but he just came in and it is snowing really hard out. He probably just wants to go back and play in the snow. He just absolutely loves, he actually loves eating the snow and eating the icicles. If you pull an icicle off the side of the house and give it to him, he just thinks that's like as good as a dog treat. He really loves that. And then everything just kind of melted this week, and there hasn't been any. He's been so disappointed. You can tell he's like hunting all over looking for a chunk of ice here or there and not finding any. The poor baby. He's not going to like summer when he gets here. When it gets here. I guess we'll have to like just start giving him ice cubes out of the freezer. It's a whole lot better than trees. He likes to like eat sticks and leaves and that kind of stuff too, but sometimes he eats stuff that actually makes him sick. There. Those are my little flowers, and then I think I'll put some petals on there. And I'm going to put this little bird, well, if I can get a hold of him. I guess I should put some glue on the back of him. I'm going to put him on the flower box, kind of looking in the window. The flower box is better than the firebox. We had a bluebird come down our chimney and wind up in our firebox. I'm going to put him right there behind that little flower. So, yeah, so we had to be really careful and put a towel over the top of the firebox when we went to open it so that we could actually, so he couldn't get out, so I could get down in there and get a hold of him. He didn't like me very well. He kept trying to bite me. But we did get him out the window. We didn't want him to get into the house when we tried to get him out. That may be a few too many flowers, but you know, those are morning glories. That's what those are. Absolute favorite flower. And then I'm just going to put these birds right across the sky. Wow. I think I need to unclog this just a little bit or something. Or put some new glue in it that's not quite as thick. But yeah, so I did get a picture of it down in there. It was so beautiful blue. It was just a gorgeous color. I've never seen a bluebird that close. And I always thought that blue jays were bluebirds. And people used to say how they loved bluebirds, and you know, blue jays are okay, but they're mean. They're mean to all the other birds and they run them off. My mom used to get so mad because the blue jays would come and they would run off the cardinals. And the cardinals were her absolute favorite bird. And so she was never really happy with the blue jays. And the cardinals, they were nice. They didn't run off any of the other birds. The blue jays just ran off everybody. As a matter of fact, they even ran off the squirrels. Oh, this is not working. Just take my tip off and do it this way. Yeah, I think I'm going to just have to wash that tip because the glue's not that thick. Okay, I believe that I just put that one on upside down. Or, yeah. Yep, I put that one on upside down. I forgot that I took the little tiny tip off. And this bird definitely has enough glue on it. I'll take this one off. Good thing it's just plain old Elmer's glue. and it dries clear. Just PVA, school glue, whatever you call it. There we go. Do that. So, got the birds up there now. And I've got my flowers on. My house is done. I'm going to put up a tree and maybe a garden down here. Maybe even well, I think maybe a brick wall would be kind of cool. But I'm going to play with this for a while, and I'm going to turn this off right now. When I'm all done, I'll do a really quick picture of it so that you can see it, because it takes a whole lot longer than I thought, and this video is just way too long. So I'll turn this off now, and before I upload this, there will be a picture at the end. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in just a minute with the final picture. Hello everyone, it's Amy, and here is the final picture. So I uploaded this yesterday, or I did the video yesterday before I put it in the book, uploaded it to YouTube like 3 or 4 times. It wasn't working. Somehow I wound up uploading some of the other parts more than once. So anyways, here we are. It's the next morning, and 24 hours later it is done, and I'm getting this piece added so I can get the video up. So all I did on this one was I added a little sidewalk in front of the house, a little rock wall. I added a tree and used a brown Sharpie marker to put some bark on it. I put a little bird on top of the tree and some dimension in the flowers with a little pink Sharpie. So I'll show it a little closer there. Just put some petals in the flowers. And then just put some dimension on the tree. And there's the rock wall and the sidewalk. So that's what I added since yesterday. And then I put a coat of the glitter Mod Podge on top, because that's my new favorite thing. So if you're still here, I appreciate you sticking around, and I hope that you like it. And I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.